Hey y'all.
How are you doing?
If you are hearing the sound of my voice, that means that you're watching Opin Facts.
You're back.
You're either watching or you're listening. Either way, you're enjoying it with us, and we're happy to have you. So welcome to Opin Facts, where we talk openly about the facts and opinions surrounding our culture across generations.
Yep.
As usual, I'm your host, Nell. This is my co-host, Dr. J.
Hey, everyone.
And we're just so happy to have you. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Well, it's been a trying week. So, I am in desperate need of this particular wind down. Okay? And this wind down,
I love it.
one of my favorites.
I love it.
All my girls out there.
I love all the wines that we try, but this
Yes,
one
but
is
all my girls.
Stella Rosa.
You know how she got her group bag? This is how she did it.
This is tropical
With
mango.
the Rosa. With the tropical mango.
Yeah, on the beach.
What?
On the beach.
I mean, Stella Rosa never disappoints, but tropical mango?
Here we go.
Look, okay. I mean,
Good.
how could you not?
Well,
Love
this is
it.
giving vacation
Ooh.
on the beach in the cabana.
Yeah. Sand, sun, water. No work.
Love it.
Love it. Well, as we move along, we're going to get into our icebreaker. Our icebreaker is, of course, courtesy of Best Self. I absolutely love these cards. I can't wait to get my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth set. And we love sharing them with you. So what is our icebreaker for today, Dr. J?
So this is a good one. Would you rather not have arms or legs, and why? Okay, that was hard.
So either not have arms or not have legs.
Yeah, which one? So let me think. I think I would go with the legs.
You would go with legs?
Yeah, because I could get in a wheelchair.
Ooh,
Right?
good
I
point.
can use crutches. I need my arms. Who's gonna make me look this good?
Okay.
All right.
You just check all the important hands.
So if I had to give one up, I'd probably say my legs.
Okay. Well, that's...
Hopefully I don't ever have to do that.
Right.
But yeah.
Well,
What about you?
Honestly, I think I would have to say my arms. Only because, I mean, if I had to choose between the two, they're probably my less desirable part of my body. And I feel like my legs are just like built perfect. Like, they're what the girls are paying for. You know what I'm
True,
saying?
true.
The lower body is given. So I'm going to just leave it the way it is. Like, it's
True.
it's the standard. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Good money.
And I
too.
didn't pay for it. Okay. And I didn't pay for it.
They're paying good money, and you are so right. Good money for that.
A
so,
lot
yeah.
of money going into that industry.
So yeah, hold on to that.
Man, and I'm wondering why. Like, what is it now with women paying for their bodies? Like, why is that this new... I don't get how that became popular and common.
Not being satisfied with what you see.
Okay, and I can respect that. Like, I can respect a woman who says, you know what? In the same way, when you get a car, you don't like this and that about it, you fix it, you change it, you alter it, and that's what they want to do with their bodies. But then you got people who are doing it because they genuinely feel like this is bad. Like, I look ugly, or I'm too fat or too skinny, or just not made perfect. And I'm just like, what is perfect?
Yeah.
Did I miss the class?
It's a good one to lead us into our topic tonight.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think if we don't see anything else when we go out on the street every day, we see bodies. All kinds of bodies. Big bodies, small bodies, little bodies, tall bodies. But bodies are changing in a way that's making them look a lot of the same. What's that about?
a lot of it, I think, has to do with what they're calling BDD these days.
BDD.
Body dysmorphia. disorder.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah, because
So-
I've heard of body
Yes.
dysmorphia. Yeah.
So it is. So here's what happens. Some people look in the mirror, like me,
Okay.
and I am thoroughly in love with what I see. Whatever the imperfection, I'm happy with me.
That's good.
Right? Now, there are some others that despite what we may see, when they look in the mirror, what stands out to them is their flaws, and they don't like what they see.
Wow.
And that is pretty much a mental health condition, right? Because that person is basically fixating on what they see as a flaw.
So their brain is telling them,
Yeah.
this isn't right. This isn't, this isn't cute. This is ugly. This, should change. It's a chemical imbalance in a sense.
And
okay.
then regardless of what you say, you're beautiful. I know lots of people have that with their girls, their children. You're saying you are beautiful, and she's looking at herself in the mirror, and she's seeing something else.
Right.
So that needs therapy.
It does.
I'm not
You want
sure.
to figure out, get to the bottom of that. Figure out why.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's something that can be cured. I think it may be something that you have to work on long term, and continue to nurture that accepting of yourself. But the reality is that this happens with women of all races.
It does.
Right? However, the focus and the studies have been more about women that are not Black. And so they have started to focus a little bit more on that now because of what's happening with Black girls, Black women trying to make these major changes to their bodies by surgery.
That is true.
A lot. So what do you know? What's your generation doing about changing their bodies? What's going on?
What are they not doing is really the question. From doing something about it to talking about it. I read in an article in Science Translated that the latest look is often nowhere near what people actually look like in real life. So we're modeling our lives after something that's not even real. That's first of all. Let's start there. And then not only are we visualizing this perfect body to attract this perfect life, whether it be the perfect man, perfect job, whatever, we're going out, we're seeking these doctors and these surgeons, and we're either emphasizing thinness and taking away, or we're emphasizing this sort of asymmetrical, non-realistic, bodacious,
everything perfect.
You know what I'm saying? It perfect, stacked, thin waist, ideal body, and it's ridiculous. Like we're starting to look like factory-made women where everyone looks the same, their face looks the same, their lips look the same, their nose, their eyes, and it's just I feel like it's getting out of hand. And to what end? Because are they happy?
I don't
Tell me that.
I don't know at the end of the day.
If you are, truly, I'm all for it, but if it's still keeping you depressed and having you, still have eating disorders and anxiety and, insomnia, like what's the point? Like,
I think as far as my generation, one of the things that we got used to, I know I got used to, is what I would refer to as unsolicited comments from friends and family who, not with malice that they'd say like, oh, you spending a lot of time in the kitchen.
right.
Or you need a burger, you need some meat on your bones. Or, you have doctors out there who will tell you that your child is obese based on their chart. And that's another thing. Who came up with that chart? And what is the standard? And does that chart take into consideration the different forms of a Black child's body? Right? Where they might have more hips and a little bit more behind them. So,
I remember being told that I was like overweight and obese when I was younger, and I was extremely athletic. I was doing at least 3 sports at the time, and I remember feeling so awful. Like, oh my gosh, one, how did I let it get to this point? What do I do about it? It's like I was concerning myself with things that a 12-year-old shouldn't be concerning themselves with. And I was eating like a normal child. And it's like they were missing all these things. Come to find out, I have PCOS, and they're just like, you know, they're not taking into consideration the underlying factors and why a lot of people go through what they go through, and how it's really just more important if the individual is healthy and they are enjoying their life.
And so you get into, as a result of this, you have people with developing OCD.
Yeah.
Of course, we talked about the depression and the anxiety, and of course, the eating disorders from one end of the spectrum to another. True. You're eating too much, or you're
not eating
taking
enough.
it out. You're eating it, so people see you eating, and then
getting rid of it.
The bulimia, the anorexia. I mean, where did this all start? Yeah. And you know, I would say that it goes back, at least for the Black woman, back to slavery.
Yeah.
When we were taught that our bodies weren't ours, it didn't mean anything, it had no value, it was used for whatever. Women were impregnated to provide labor for the plantations.
Yes, that's true.
And so, you know, it was, you had to, it's almost as if you were groomed to look a certain way to produce a certain thing. You know, the top and bottom half had to be pretty much equal, and the tiny waist and whatever. So that is a part of why we are where we are now. But talk to me about your generation and the social media aspect of that.
Well, I mean, they're tearing it up online as far as, like you said, commenting on other people's lives. We have a bad habit of being in other people's business, and we don't like to let them live, especially, like I said, when they're happy, they're healthy, they're living their lives, and they're doing it and not affecting anyone else. You have people who are saying that Lizzo's too big and Coily Ray's too small, and I'm like, what does it matter? Why can't these girls just be themselves and live their lives in their own skin? You know what I'm saying? You would be surprised what people are going through. I feel like after Robin Williams, a lot of people have become more sensitive to, you know, what our strong friends are going through and what hides behind the smile. But you'd be surprised. The celebrities that I found out dealt with body dysmorphia blew my mind. You got celebrities like Billie Eilish, Michael Jackson, Megan Fox, Amanda Stenberg, Lil' Kim. You know what I'm saying? And you think that they're going about these things like getting surgery and altering this and altering that because they're trying to appease to their audience, or they think it's the new fad, and really they're unhappy with themselves. How they feel about themselves. And they're trying to keep up and make other people happy so that they think they can feel happy. And we just got to be nicer to everybody.
Yeah, because, you know,
worry about our own stuff and just let people live their lives. Like, it's just that simple.
True. For Black women, in the little research that I've done, there is this focus on Black women not being attractive. The colorism.
Oh, yes.
Too dark. Nose too wide, not straight enough. Your hair
not straight,
your hair
too
not
curly,
straight
too
enough,
nappy.
too curly, too nappy. But what we have to start to do is take back our power. Recognize that we are beautiful people.
Yeah.
And this melanin that we have in our skin,
it's power. It's not just beauty.
It's not just power. It's superpower.
Yeah.
And we got it because of where we originated from, where it was, the sun was blazing hot, and this color was to protect us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we have it. So when I see this industry of skin lighteners and the fact that it's such a $1 billion business.
So much money. So many people are obsessed with how dark their skin is and how they think it's wrong. And it's not even just, you would think it's just us. You know, you would think it's just black women. It hits us really hard. But I mean, they're bleaching in China. Like, they're bleaching everywhere. In India, in Russia.
In America?
Like, in America. Of course, in America. South, like, everywhere. Like, I don't think there is a corner of the globe that's not touched by bleaching.
I have heard that bleaching situation and the companies that push those products, I have heard it referred to as commodity racism.
Wow.
Right? Because
that one hit me.
If there wouldn't be a need or a push to have those products if they weren't saying to women that you need it.
Wow. So
think
basically,
on that,
because we were systemically oppressed to the point that we hate ourselves, it's now turning a profit?
I mean, why is skin bleaching even an option? Why is it an option?
That's a really good question.
So think on that.
How did we get here?
Commodity.
And how do we go back?
Commodity racism. Wow. And
That's
it
amazing.
Probably extends, if we think about it, even past the skin bleaching. It's some other products that have been put out there because we are programmed to believe that
We have to look a certain way.
we need this, and it wouldn't be $1 billion business
if we weren't
people aren't buying it.
If the girls wasn't buying, we have the coins and we're just giving it to them, ladies. We just giving it to them. I will admit, I did it too. I've bought countless waist trainers. I have purchased many a tightening cream. I've done it all. And at the end of the day, it's like, what? I'm driving myself mad. When what I can really do is, I cannot tell you the amount of people who I've asked, what's your secret? They're like, I love myself.
Right.
So you lost weight because you love yourself? Loving myself sounds like ice cream and candy on a Good Friday night. She loved herself.
And when I think about loving yourself, just even going back again, my generation, I think of people like Aretha Franklin. She was a happy,
she loved herself,
plus size lady.
Okay, you couldn't tell her nothing.
She dressed well. She strut with confidence.
Yeah,
I mean, much like Lizzo is today, and I admire her.
You can't tell Lizzo nothing either. I love her and Coily Ray on both ends of the spectrum. I love that the two of them are happy in their skin. Glorilla, I love that they have decided, you know what, I don't care what the media says. I'm going to keep looking the way I'm looking because I love me. So, yeah.
I don't know. Do you think that this is extending to men? You might have some male
I've seen a male BBL or two. I've seen male ab surgeries.
What?
I have. Oh yeah, surprise. Oh, we have unearthed the darkest corners of trying to fix ourselves. But that, I honestly feel like we can go on and on and on about what my generation has thought up to, I guess, figure out a way to better love themselves, and have just hit a sort of brick wall of, what is all this? What am I doing? Why does it take all of this? You know, when I was made exactly the way I am, not like any other person, and I am just indescribably
listen, I'm still stuck on men doing BBL.
Yes, it's a thing. We've crossed that bridge, but I you know what, that's another conversation for another day. Yeah. And I want to leave us with a beautiful quote from the Honorable Cheryl Lee Ralph, my girl. She was asked at the Golden Globes what she would tell her 15-year-old self, and I absolutely love this. She said, "There's nothing wrong with your nose. There's nothing wrong with the shade of your skin. There's nothing wrong with the way your hair grows out of your head. And there's certainly nothing wrong with your lips, because there will be some people called the Kardashians and they will pay $10,000 for your lips." All right? Hang in there, 15-year-old Cheryl Lee Ralph. You're good. And I want to tell all of our watchers and listeners, hang in there. Y'all are good. You are beautiful and perfect exactly the way you are. So we will see your perfect selves next time on Opin Facts. Holla!
Go to the Drake, fuck it out, making them pay. It's high, and niggas won't take it. Hey, I'm having my way. Said out here having this way. Way out here having this way. And like the third me go out, take me. What? Go to the Drake. What else are they gonna play?